So our lesson 3 for our subject is what we call the determinants. So determinants is a scalar value that can be computed from the elements of a given square matrix. So, pag sinabi nating determinants, we are given a symbol of a two vertical line. So, ganyan yung magiging symbol natin for our determinants. For example, if we have a matrix A, what is the determinant of the matrix A? So, yung kalalabasan yan, magiging symbol natin dyan is determinant of A. Yan. Ganyan yung magiging determinant of A natin. Or we can just simply write determinant of A. Before I forget, I will give you a copy of the notes later on so that you can have something to review on your quiz or exam. So moving on, bago tayo magpatuloy sa evaluation ng determinants, we need to first know kung ano yung nth order minor, kung ano yung complementary minor or minors, or ano yung ating algebraic complement or yung tinatawag nating cofactor. So we have here an example. So meron tayong 5 by 5 matrix A. So ano yung magiging second order minors? So etong B, pag sinabi nating B, yan is yung ating second order minor. So ito yung magiging symbol natin for the second order minors. So ito, yung numbers dito, yung dalawang 2, 4, yung unang number, yung 2 and 4, yan yung sa may rows. And yung 1, 5, yan yung sa may column. So, since this is second, pag third, dapat 6 numbers yan. Yung tatlong una, that is for rows, and that yung tatlong sa last naman is for the column. To find the second order minors of this given matrix, 2, 4, 1, 5, and the second order minors of 1, 4, 2, 3. So, ano nga ba yung second orders? So, para makuha yung second orders, that is a determinant formed by taking the elements common to the m rows and m columns. So, kunin natin yung element that are common dito sa row 2, 4 and column 1, 5. So, ganito yung pagkuha ng second order minors. So, 2, 4, that is row. So, that is row 2. Kunin natin yung row 2 and then yung row 4. Then yung row 4. And then yung column 1, that is column 1. And then yung column 5. So, ganyan. Ito yung column 5 na 10. So, anong elements ang common sa row 2, 4, and column 1, 5? So, yung magiging element na common dito is yung 5, yung 1, yung 4, at yung 3. So, ang magiging sagot natin dyan, the second order minors of 2, 4, 1, 5 is equal to 5, 4, 1, and 3. Yan yung magiging sagot natin dito sa unang required natin. So, paano naman yung 1, 4, 2, 3? So, for 1, 4, 2, 3. So, yung 1, 4, that is the row, and 2, 3, that is the column. So, row 1, row 4, column 2, and column 3. So, yan. So, yung magiging common element natin dyan is yung 2, yung negative 3, yung yung 1, and yung 2. Dapat yung common dito sa row 1, 4, 2, 3. So, yung magiging sagot natin for our second required is equal to this value. 2, 1, negative 3, and 2. So, ganyan yung magiging second order natin for 1, 4, 2, 3. So, paano naman natin kunin yung minors of the given matrix A? So, yung M natin, yan yung magiging symbol natin sa minors. Yung M minors. So, to determine the minors, we have to delete the given number of rows and column. So, pag yung sa mth order minor, determinant is formed by taking the elements common to the m rows and m column. Dito naman sa minor, or yung tinatawag nating complementary minor, determinant is formed after deleting our m rows and n columns of a given determinant. So, for example, dito sa A, 1, 4, 2, 3. So, since this is 4, yung unang dalawa, yung row, yung last na dalawang number, that is column. And for the minors of 1, 1, minors of A, yung 1, 1, yung 1, that is for rows, and yung 1, that is for column. So, we have to delete this given rows and columns. So, yung matitira, yun yung magiging minors of A natin. So, for example, sa unang required natin, delete natin yung row 1 and 4. So, we have to delete. So, delete natin yung row 1 and row 4. And then, yung column 2, delete natin, and yung column 3, delete natin. So, yung matitirang elements, yan na yung magiging minors nung A. Yung 1, 4, 2, 3. So, yung magiging M, minors of A natin, 1, 4, 2, 3. That is equal to, we have 5. So, yung mga matitira, you have 5, negative 1, 5, 2, negative 3, 0, 1, 5, and negative 1. So, ito na yung magiging minors of A natin sa 1, 4, 2, 3. So, kung ano yung matitira na elements, yun yung magiging minor natin. After deleting these given rows and columns. So, paano naman yung M 1, 1? So, for M 1, 1, so you have to delete the row 1. Delete natin yung row 1 and delete natin yung column 1. So, yung magiging minors natin dyan is that will be equal to 0, 4, 1, negative 5, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, negative 3, negative 2, 0, 1, 5, 3, and 1. So, yan yung natira nung dinilit natin yung row 1 and column 1. So, that is minors. So, ganyan natin kukunin yung ating minors. So, ano naman yung tinatawag nating cofactors? Paano natin kunin yung ating cofactors? Algebraic complement or yung tinatawag nating cofactors. This is assigned minors. Yung cofactor natin is assigned minors. Just take the negative values ng ating minors. So, eto, yung cofactor natin ng A1423, so kunin muna natin yung minors natin, yung 1, 4, 2, 3. So, we have to delete 1, 4, 2, 3. So, yung minor 1, 4, 2, 3 natin is equal to 5, negative 1, 5, 2, negative 3, 0, 1, 5, and negative 1. Yan yung minor 1, 4, 2, 3 natin. So, yung cofactor ng A1, 2, 3, 4, yung cofactor natin na A1, 2, 3, 4, that is equal to the sign of our minors. So, we have to multiply a negative value to our minor 1, 4, 2, 3. So, yung kalalabasan yan, that would be equal to negative times 5, negative 1, 5, 2, negative 3, 0, 1, 5, and negative 1. Ganyan yung magiging kalalabasan ng cofactor A1, 4, 2, 3. So, just multiply our minors, yung makukuha nating minors dito ng negative 1. Yun yung magiging cofactor natin.
So next, we have here the evaluation of determinants. So we have here the first order determinant, the evaluation of the second order determinant, and the evaluation of our third order determinant. So we have here an example of evaluation of determinants for the first order, second order, and then the third order. The evaluation of the first order determinant is equal to the element itself. So we have here an example. We have here given matrix A. If we evaluate our first order determinant, yung magiging answer natin dito is the determinant of A is equal to the element itself. So, yung element ng matrix A natin is negative 2. So, our determinant of A of our first order is negative 2. So, equal to the element itself. So, next, we have here given matrix P. So, evaluate natin yung first order determinant ng given matrix 6B. So, yung determinant of B natin is the element itself, that is equal to 16. So, that is our first order. So, for the second order determinant naman, so, when we see second order determinant, that is equal to the product of the downward diagonal elements minus the product of our upward diagonal element. So, say we have here given matrix B with a 2 by 2 matrix. So, equal siya sa 1, 3, 2, 4, a 2 by 2 matrix. So, to evaluate the second order determinant, we need to get the sum of the product of the downward, yung downward diagonal natin, minus the sum of the product of our upward diagonal. So, ima-minus natin yung product ng upward diagonal. So, for the given example 1, given matrix B, so ano yung magiging determinant nung B? So that is equal to, sabi natin, the sum of the product of the downward diagonal, yung downward diagonal natin, minus the product of our upward diagonal. So, yung determinant nung B natin is equal to 1 times 4. Yan yung magiging downward diagonal natin. This 1. So, 1 times 4 minus the product of our upward diagonal, which is 3 times 2. So, 3 times 2. So, if we solve our determinant B, that is 4 minus 6, this will result to a value of determinant B, which is 4 minus 6, that is negative 2. So, ito yung magiging sagot natin for the determinant of B nung ating given matrix na 2 by 2. So, we have also here another example, yung matrix C. So, to solve for the determinant of the matrix C, we need to get the product of the downward diagonal, yung negative 2 times 4, minus the product of the upward diagonal, which is 5 times negative 3. So, yung determinant C natin is equal to negative 2 times 4 minus the product of our upward diagonal, which is 5 times negative 3. So, yung determinant C natin is equal to, we have negative 2 times 4, that is negative 8, minus 5 times negative 3, that is negative 15. So, solving for determinant C, that is equal to negative 8, that is minus negative 15. Ang value natin for the determinant C is positive 7. So, ito yung magiging value natin for the determinant of C. And we also have here the third order determinant. So, meron tayong diagonal expansion as in the evaluation of the second order. So, to evaluate the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix, which is given dito sa ating example, this is a 3 by 3 matrix, first, we need to form a 3 by 5 arrangement. So, yung unang gagawin natin is we need to form a 3 by 5 arrangement. So, 1, 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. So, first we need to form a 3 by 5 arrangement of elements, using of course the elements from the given matrix. So, in order to form a 3 by 5 arrangement, the first column, yung first 3 columns natin are the same doon sa ating arrangement dito sa given matrix. So, yung first 3 columns natin is the same doon sa ating given. So, that is 3, negative 1, 2. 1, negative 2, 4, 2, 5, and 1. So, ano yung magiging fourth column naman natin? So the first columns are the same. Yung fourth column naman natin is the same as our first column, and our fifth column sa ating arrangement is the same as the second column. So yung uh, column 4 natin, that is 3, negative 1, 2. Column 5 natin is 1, negative 2, 4. So ito yung magiging arrangement natin ng ating element. So once we have a 3 by 5 arrangement of elements, we're now ready to use our diagonal method in the evaluation of our determinant. So the determinant will be equal to the sum of the product of the downward diagonals and minus the sum of the product of the upward diagonal. So yung uh, downward diagonal natin, eh, wait, mali. So ito yung unang diagonal natin, diagonal. So yan yung magiging downward diagonal natin. So kukunin natin yung product, yung summation ng product ng tatlong downward diagonal natin, i-minus natin yung summation ng product nung ating upward. So ito yung upward diagonals natin. So yan. So we have to minus the sum of the product of our upward diagonals. So yung magiging determinant natin dito, so yung determinant of matrix A is equal to yung sum. So ano yung magiging sum natin for the downward diagonal? So ito yung downward diagonal natin. We have 3 times negative 2 times 1. That is negative 6. So negative 6 plus yung second natin, downward diagonal is 1 times 5 times 2. That is 10. So we need to add 10. And then lastly, yung ating third downward diagonal, we have yung product na is 2 times negative 1 times 4. That is negative 8. So minus plus negative 8. So yan yung downward diagonal natin. Yung product ng downward diagonal natin. So we need to add. And then, ima-minus natin yung product ng ating upward diagonal. Yung sum ng product ng ating upward diagonal. So, yung upward diagonal natin, we have 2, negative 2 times 2. So, that is equal to negative 8. And then, yung second upward diagonal natin, we have 4 times 5, that is 20 times 3, that is 60. And lastly, yung third upward diagonal natin, 1 times negative 1 times 1, that is negative 1. So we need to subtract the sum of the product of the upward diagonal. So yung una, that is 2 times negative 2, negative 4 times 2, we have negative 8, plus 4 times 5 times 3, we have 60, plus we have 1 times negative 1 times 1, that is negative 1. So, yung magiging determinant of A natin dito, so yung determinant of A natin is equal to negative 6 plus 10 plus negative 8, that is equal to negative 4. So, minus negative 8 plus 60 plus negative 1, that is 51. So, our determinant of matrix A is equal to negative 55. So, ito yung magiging determinant natin in our given example.